Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Happy afternoon. Welcome to March 5th, 2021, Friday, TGIF. Welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings. For today, I'm MaryAnne. You're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions, and I appreciate you for that. And for those that are new and those that are returning, you're so very welcome. I appreciate so much your returning because without you, I wouldn't be doing this channel. And I just want to help people when I can and how I can through the messages that come through, through the amazing aspects of love of all different types and the connections and why we are attracted to people in the way that we are. I have some answers. I don't have them all. Astrology covers a lot, but then there's nature versus nurture, and necessarily no two Geminis, which is what the featured sign is for today, as I go around the zodiac wheel for the first of the month readings. Nobody's the same, you know. The sun sign, which is the reading I, explain it to be, that's our positivity, our sun, related day we're born, first house, ego-driven interest, desires, exterior world type of things, likes, dislikes, and so forth. Personality traits. That's a portion of who we are. And so I always invite everybody to check out what the rest of your natal chart is. It's imperative, and there's so much to you. So today, and like every day, I pick the two signs, one being the featured, excuse me, because that way I go around my zodiac wheel in an order, and I want everybody to get a reading twice a month. That's my goal. I usually achieve that. And then the highlighted, which is the one I pick right in front of you. With a great deal of help from Spirit, of course, because the highlighted gets three additional, three major category messages. So Spirit needs to let you know, for whatever reason, oh, I will get this out today, I promise, what the featured sign of Gemini and this highlighted connection of Cancer, very cool, right next to each other, what needs to be said, and definitely in the love department, and certainly friendship, like I said, all different categories of love. Then I go on from there with the remainder of the reading, reading the three beautiful oracle divinations I have. I switch them up each month, usually from the beginning of the month to the middle. And I picked this beautiful new deck I got for Christmas starting 2 days ago. I started the month a little late, and I apologize for that, but it's going to work out. We'll still get the mid-months in there too with the time frame. And this beautiful deck is the Movie Tarot. So I mentioned yesterday, I apologize as I looked through it a little further, it has both the major arcana with stars of all sorts of different movies and just really beautiful illustrations. And then it also has definitely the, what they call the court cards with some also stars versus just the wands or the cups and that sort of thing. Hope I'm not confusing things too much by saying all of that. But the reality is that after I've read the three major categories for the featured and highlighted connection of Gemini and Cancer, the oracle messages will be for every single Gemini and every single connection. So just in case this Cancer wasn't the one you were thinking you'd want to hear about, you can fast forward or listen through it for a friend. Maybe you have Cancer in your chart. All of it's relative, okay? And I do want to end by saying, we are reading for Gemini, and if you know, because you've looked up your chart for free, that you have a moon, a rising or ascendant, or Venus, which is the planet of love and connection and partnerships and so forth, and I would say even Mercury. This pertains to you too, because even though it's in a different planet, which would affect a different part of your life, and it may be more internal than external and so forth, it's all relative, and it's kind of fun, and it could definitely hit home to you more sometimes than your sun sign. So let's get on with the reading. The first sign, like I said, and the featured is Gemini. And Gemini is an air sign. So Gemini is by far one of the most intellectual, analytical, head, thought, what's the word? From primarily when you think of a Gemini and the air quality, it's definitely about the mind. It's definitely about the thought. It's information. It's continually wanting to expand the mind, the growth of ideas, definitely ruled by Mercury, constantly like this moving kind of energy that wants to reach out and to be heard and to definitely get their message across in whatever form that may be. And they are extremely interested, like I said, in intellectual pursuits, but it could be communication through writing or through art. They're very creative, very adaptable. They're a mutable sign. They are interested in all sorts of topics. They pretty much know everything about anything. Maybe a master, what is that? A jack of all trade and master of none sort of thing. Like you can have a conversation with them, like I said, just across the board on pretty much anything. They're a wealth of knowledge. They can be extremely witty, extremely funny, the life of the party, and yet they have that duality to them because they are the twins, much like the fish, which is the Pisces, and that's the two. And even now I'm hearing, and I kind of really can relate to it, the Libra with the scales, always wanting to find a balance, but without that balance, there's a duality going there, you know? So you can meet a very studious, very, very serious Gemini, and then you can meet one that is the, like I said, the life of the party. I had a Gemini sister. Unfortunately, I lost her at the end of 2018. Oh my gosh, what incredible, what a mind. She was very, very funny. There was nothing you could say that she wouldn't have a repartee or, you know, back comment, just very quick-minded. So that was always something we will hold dear in our heart about my sister Lily. And so yeah, there's that changeability in them. They could be one kind of mood in the morning and then they're different in the afternoon. It's hard to keep up with them. I'm not gonna lie, I love them. I'm a fellow air sign. So the fact that we're in the predominance of air and will be for hundreds of years, to be completely honest, it will be the predominance. It won't be the only, but it's gonna have a lot to do with what's happening in this universe for some time to come. And it pertains to our mind and our thoughts and ideas and invention and fairness and justice, equality, compromise. You know, love is certainly a big part of that, always has been when it comes to anything, but it's a powerful, potent energy that Gemini loves. I mean, they love being in love. They really do. Might be a little fickle, I'm sorry. I'm just saying they have so much interest and such a big heart that, you know, their attention span is short at times. And you know when they're on to another thought, because you'll be talking and you're having this conversation and you see their eyes going off to lots going on in there. The best thing I can always say for Geminis, if you don't have a particular hobby or interest that you can do to take you away from your mind, like, I don't know, yoga, walking, or any kind of thing that's just a very kind of meditative thing that helps to go down to more of the chakra of the heart, perhaps, the solar plexus, even the second for the creativity and the passion that's there. Very exciting, wonderful people. Yeah, they may forget your birthday. You know, they got a lot on their mind. It's never intentional. Heart of gold. But yeah, just fun-loving people. Now, the Cancer, like I said, is right next to you. So you kind of just have this natural attraction to each other for completely different reasons. And the fact that you are, in fact, quite different in a lot of ways. The Cancer is the emotion. The Cancer is the water. The Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon has the different phases, the different cycles, right? The Cancer is aware of all of that. They are such a feeling, sensitive, once again, heart-centered, well, Cancer being water element, but just people in general. I mean, they are the crab, the harder exterior, but the soft marshmallowy type, just so vulnerable aspect, very sentimental, very almost kind of shy and you know, old-fashioned in a lot of ways. They can be very, very capable. Cancers are very much interested and love family, love whatever their family may be. Could be a legitimate family or certainly people they consider their family. They like that familiarity. They like being at home a lot of the time. You know, that's just the way it is. Some people in the world just like having that comfort in the home. That's their castle, right? That's what you can find with a lot of Cancers. And that's not to say they're not sociable. Absolutely not. They definitely are. But they need that place to retreat back to. They need that place where they can kind of recharge, basically, because of how empathic, forgive me, that they can be, that they are psychic, and they are definitely prophetic, and they know, and they can be very, the word's escaping me, but yeah, they have a lot of gifts when it comes to getting those urges and those nudges and the signs and the dreams that, clairvoyant was the word, that they know ahead of other people. So I always say, if you have a Cancer in your life and they're saying, oh, I'm feeling this isn't so good, or hey, that seems like a nice thing, I sense that, anytime they mention the words feel or sense, listen to them, okay? They've got this. It's a gift, it's beautiful, it can be overwhelming to them. That's why they need that time to retreat into that shell, especially if they're feeling unsafe. They want security with everybody they're with, particularly a love connection, a friend. They want to know that they can trust them. It's hard for them to forget and let go if they have been hurt, or, just people have been disloyal or something of that nature. And I know a lot of us have that feeling, but I think it's particularly true with the water because of that sensitivity. You guys can have great relationships together. You really fill in the gaps, if you will, of the things. Like, the mind is more of a masculine, right? It just is. It's understandable, and it's just very, like, I'm going to detach myself, is what we're known as air signs, detaching themselves from their emotion so they can do their job and get the, information they need to be the best of what they can be and what they do and how they're used to living and seeing the world, versus the Cancer of all feeling and almost too sensitive to a lot of air signs. They get it, though, because, we do have sensitivity, we do have compassion, but we learn a lot from the Cancers and the water signs, the Pisces and the Scorpios, because they definitely remind us to go back to the heart. When all else fails, the heart will never let us down. And the saying, I listen to my heart, is a very wise one, and so is our heart. So now, the cardinal sign of Cancer is an initiator. They like to do things. They like to keep busy. They like to be social, like I said, and they have these wonderful parties, probably usually at their house. They are very good when it comes to money, can be shrewd about money, very resourceful, all for the sake of protecting and keeping that security, to provide for themselves and their family. And they also, they just want to do. They're very, very much about doing. They love to cook for you, and they love to nurture, literally nurture, anything that makes you feel good. They're there for you, and they will be. And they will listen, and they will hear, and just be careful as far as maybe saying something without realizing it might hurt them, is the main thing I could say, because a lot of times people in their minds, like air signs, and they have these ideas and these words, and they forget that, oh, well, maybe that wasn't funny to you. Maybe their sense of humor is a little different, or something of that nature. Overall, I love this a lot, and I see it a lot. So there's reasons that I explain that make it work very, very well. It always goes back to the love language and being able to just understand. I heard a statement yesterday, or I read it or something, and so it's kind of stuck with me today. Love is not claiming, it is allowing and giving, I think it was. It was simple, but it was just like, oh, that's so true, right? We don't want to claim this, and you don't have to be this way for me. You don't have to change and all those things. Just allow a person to be themselves, and work together on the flexibility parts of things, while being themselves and yourself. So that's all I'm going to say for now about the two of you, because I really like it a lot, and I would imagine you feel that way if you've tuned in today, because I put this in the description as it being the 2 connections for today. But let's go on further and see what Spirit has to say for all the beautiful Geminis and the highlighted connection of Cancers. So once again, my new deck, beautiful movie deck, Tarot. And then also the first category is always that of overall energy. What's led you to this reading, how things are working in this relationship thus far to this point. And if you don't resonate today, just give it a couple days. And definitely come back for the mid-month, because then we'll see how the story continues, right? And that gives you a lot more insight as to, what's going on and why, and then you can see if you resonate and connect, which of course I always hope you do. Your overall energy is the 7 of Cups. Well, there you go. So your highlighted connection Gemini, of Cancer is very, very prominent right now for you, in the sense that they are that psychic thing coming through that's permeating your energy in a positive way. The Seven of Cups is about options, lots of options. Decisions and making choices is the main key component to this, though. Now, as I said, Gemini, you're very, very capable of many things. You can multitask like the best of them. And yet sometimes too many opportunities leave you with basically nothing because you don't make that decision. It's hard to make the choice. Focus in on one, maybe two of your deepest heart's desires. You've got that third eye cup in the center, which is your intuitive, going with that, sitting, communing with your Cancer, meditating, taking walks, being in nature together. If it's predominant about your relationship, and there's choices you need to make about where you want to take it, perhaps, whether you want children, whether you want to get to the next level, all of those variables certainly would pertain to this Seven of Cups, because there's a lot of different beautiful, creative, inspirational things that could come for the two of you. It's a meeting of the minds, though, generally, but also of the heart, because it's the cups. So that's what I'm feeling very strongly for you right now, and that's not a bad thing. And you do have the two new moons. Isn't that interesting? There's the duality, there's the cycles, and there's also the partnerships. But I do want to say Saturday, yes, next Saturday the 13th is the new moon in Pisces, and we're in Pisces season right now until the 20th when it turns into Aries. Pisces is all about vulnerability and love and creativity. They are incredibly creative people, and there's that water energy again, the imagination, and then ruled by, Pisces is more modernly ruled by Neptune. They used to be ruled historically by Jupiter. So I say both, but right now we have Neptune's in Pisces. So that's the mind and the imagination and the creativity beyond, okay? So that's going to be happening with this new moon. So what you can conspire and imagine can take place for you both with that incredible energy as well. That's such a beautiful thing. So that's the new moon I'm seeing. And probably through the next new moon, whatever's coming through, whatever's happening in the newness, write those intentions down. But I always light my new moon candle for you to remind you. And I feel really good about because 7 is great, and then it just goes to 8, 9, and the 10 of Cups. That's the ultimate in happiness and creativity and all the other things. Can't speak still, though. Waiting for the 13th to come when the shadow period of Mercury retrograde is gone. And we'll be back to, like May, in Gemini. We'll have a retrograde in Gemini. Right now, we do have Mars in your sign, Gemini. That is all about that fiery passion you have, even as an air sign. When you have Mars in your sign, and we all do, it'll then go into, I believe, Cancer, and then around the zodiac as well. It's about 6 weeks. It was extended for 6 months in Aries last year, with 2 months in retrograde. That's a very rare occurrence. But let's face it, last year was a rare occurrence in all aspects, and particularly with astrology. So it was showing us what was happening, though, verbatim. It was quite remarkable. It never ceases to amaze me. It is our roadmap, should we choose to follow it. We'll shake this up a little more, something the Spirit's asking me to do so. The second category is always the blessings or obstacles you may be encountering right now. And remember, because I can tell you full honestly and authentically, which is how I always choose to be, those blessings can be the obstacle at first, but then not in the end. They're the best things for you. That's when they turn into opportunities. You have the Ace of Wands. Woo, baby. Whew. Well, first of all, I'm sorry. This is such a... Check this out. Is this Bruce Lee? Let me check it out. I'm terrible. I know. I used to know everything and everything about... Everything and everyone, I should say, about movies and actors and everything. I grew up in that kind of a family, and I went to a movie a week without fail with my kids. And that ended a long time ago. I believe it's Bruce Lee. Well, I'll read for you, but let's just say, first and foremost, the Ace of Wands is about incredible new opportunities. The wands are the fire signs. The fire is the spirit and motion and action of anything you want to put forth. So those ideas and imaginations and the creativity and the options and opportunities can then be filed down and singularly put into one. And I must say the Ace of Wands is also always predominantly about incredible intimacy and passion, and just, it's known as the, va boom card. I'm not kidding you. It's pretty crazy. So the Ace of Wands, where is it? Where did you go? Here's the court, so let's see what we got here. Forgive me. We'll get it. I mean, it's not that far. I'm so close to it. Where'd you go? Ace of Cups. Son of a gun. I know it's probably right there. It is definite. I'm sure it's Bruce Lee. But once again, this is a new deck, so the book I haven't gone through as thoroughly as I would have. Those are all the major arcanas. Listen, that is absolutely the definition of what is happening with you two right now. It is a blessing. You have such incredible passion, and there's that fire. See, that's the Mars. Mars is the ruler of Aries. Mars is the hottest planet. Fiery, you know, very motivated. Sometimes there's conflict and anger in the sense that you want to get this message, you want to get this product out, you want to start this new idea or whatever it is, but you also you want to watch how you go about it when it comes to how you speak and such. Once again, because of the misunderstandings, perhaps there's the shouty end of the retrograde where a lot of things get confused, but it's sharp and it's like, this is happening. So forgive me, I don't know why I'm having this issue, but it's showing the knights, the pages. I just don't understand. Oh, well, that's probably because I'm doing something. Well, it doesn't even say. Beginnings, early days, baby steps for aces. Solo enterprises, the potential of the whole. Definitely Bruce Lee, though. We know that. That's Bruce Lee. Be the Bruce Lee, man. Make this happen. I mean, just put everything you have into whatever it is you're wanting to do, because it's coming through. And patience is a virtue, but right now with that fueled energy you'll have through, was it April 28th or something, Gemini, with Mars, it's going to really help you to get that fire going under your, you know what, to really help this relationship or whatever it is you're working towards. Gorgeous, beautiful, important message for you. Now, the last category is always the one of finances. And yes, it's about money. It would have come out. And yes, it's about your stability and your security. And that can be through money. But I always really want to say, especially with what I've been dealing with and continue to, and always will, I'm a massage therapist. It's ideal in the health department of life, right? And it's about your health. So there's wealth in your health. Seven of Coins. Well, there you go. Now that is very, very beautiful, because you had the Seven of Cups for the ideas, the opportunities that are coming forth, and you'll have a lot. Making that choice and being very, very confident, fired up, starting a new, one particular main objective, relationship, like I said, any way that can go. And then the Seven of Coins is our earth element. It is the element of practical, physical, tangible, you know, the safety, the security, our home, our foundation, all of that working. And this is showing that you are excellent at what you're doing, and you're really getting enough money now, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. So I feel like there's this new opportunity for a second income. Maybe the relationship is going to be that you both, you know, combine your finances together, and you're going to be living together for the first time, or buying a new home and investing in something that will last. The element of earth is always about lasting, permanent types of things. So I love this. And this means you've worked hard and you continue to. You're still not convinced it's enough. You know you have more, and that certainly comes from this Ace of Wands and your incredible just courage and strength and power and trust in that. It's passion, boy. You got to have passion with everything. That's just my personal opinion. I believe that fully. You can have your likes, you can have your dreams, you can have your ideals. You got to bring that emotional passion behind it, and then it becomes a reality for you. So those are beautiful cards, and I love that. I really do. So I hope you're feeling that this moment, but if not, stay tuned by that new moon. It's just a week away. So yeah, I'm feeling very strongly there's something very prominent. If you haven't already heard, stay tuned. And it's good. Now the next, like I said, section is going to be the oracles that are incredibly just sent and filled with love and wisdom for you. So whatever card I pull is specifically for all the Geminis and every single one of your connections, whoever or whatever it may be. For today, the 4th and onward. So what do we have for the beautiful Gemini spirit? What can you share? And today I'm using the wonderful wisdom of the Oracle deck, which I really truly love, and you have blessed. Oh my gosh. It makes me really happy for you. And we're all blessed, you know. You can look around and I know you can find a dozen things to be blessed and feel blessed for. Waking up, like they say, is a blessing. And that means more to me now than it ever did, you know, especially with what we've experienced. So yeah, this is a gorgeous, beautiful card to get. And it's 22. 22 is a master number. And you don't even break it down to 4. You use it for its powerness in the 22. But I will read to you what it says from the book, because I'm just extremely happy and I sense that there is a true blessing. And you know, you work hard, you deserve, you want to see these kind of things. You don't want to always just be constantly working and constantly doing stuff without some kind of recognition. But like I said, you'll always find it if you look for good and, you know, the signs of your blessings. So that is number 22, as I said. Is that 21? 29, okay. All right, so 24. So the essential meaning, something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected. Grace that is unforeseen, gift from spirit. I feel that way a lot when I see the cups, because the cups are the internal, it's the co-creation that we have. It's really being in touch and recognizing we always are connected and conspiring, I guess you could say. Doesn't sound as pleasant as manifesting, co-creating, right? The oracle messages, there are no moments in life when, there are moments in life when out of the blue it seems that everything has been orchestrated by divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. It is as if the Red Sea parts in front of you and events come together to banish your troubles easily and naturally. You know deep down you did not deserve any of it, and yet here you are. And I never agree with that, I'm just saying. You absolutely do deserve it, but I know what that's meaning is. It's like, wow, what did I do? Because we forget our worth, right? This is one of those times, let awe and gratitude for all your blessings guide you now. And that's a simple but beautiful message for you from the wisdom of the oracle. I move on now to your spirit animal medicine guides, because yes, our animals and the spirits of animals have been so important in this lifetime, right? They always will be. They are definitely, they have consciousnesses as we do. You know, all of you and any of you that have ever had animals and pets, you understand the connection that's, you know, it's hard to articulate at times, but it's very powerful, and I understand that they do come back when you have, you know, great mediums to do readings and can pick up on all that. It's wonderful. And there's a reason that they're here for us. So your particular message for today and onward is the beaver. I just pulled this yesterday, and I had not remembered what the meaning was. So I kind of said from my gut and my intuition what I was thinking and what I know about a beaver and what I remembered from, I guess, elementary school. And you can see the picture. is how incredibly resourceful they are when it comes to having to build the dams that they do in the water to get from one side to the other. Their teeth, you know, they'll just chomp on that wood. Very, very hardworking. They work with what they have, and they don't give up until it's done. But I'll read to you specifically what it says, because that was just a caption of what I remembered, because I want to say it was yesterday it came up. I really feel like I shuffled enough, but either way, I like it for you as well. I hope you will agree. Right after that's that. Okay, so it says, at home, busy beaver can relax. Sleeping over a flowing river, protected in a cozy room, built with innovation and determination. Beaver home is complete with fake-out entrances to fool invited guests, dams to catching fish, and cuddle nest. That's the variance in the, you know, variety that I think of when I think of a Gemini. Very multitasked and very multi-talented, I should say. Beaver has skilled land hands, webbed red river feet, a tail to pat the earth, and strong, sharp front teeth to cut down trees to then drag to the water. Drawing the beaver card suggests it is time to tap into all the varied skills you have acquired thus far, and there's a lot, Gemini, in life, and put them to good use with love and absorption, like beaver who blinks with happiness, attending to the variation of life's needs. Well, that's your forte. That is your many, many gifts. I mean, that's so perfect for you as well. I guess it could be perfect for a lot, but it's feeling really congruent with what's happening in your reading, and I love that. So I'll complete this by saying, if you have not subscribed and you felt good about this, and we have that kind of connection and like-mindedness, which is what I love about any of this and why I've done it for over 30 years. It's just this beautiful, serendipitous kind of connections that come along, and the people you can meet, and we're all spiritual seekers. We're all trying to, you know, kind of understand the mystery that's ever present, even when we can't see it. But so strong and beautiful. It is very supportive for my channel. It takes a moment. It's definitely free. And what I love is that you can comment if you want to say something, or if something has resonated. I love hearing it. That always makes me feel really good too. But that's only if you're feeling it. So showing me the love that way is beautiful. And YouTube likes it too. And if you like and, you know, share and all that. There is a notification bell too, because I changed the days as I am working again. Hopefully for a while now again. And so this beautiful deck of the Super Attractor Manifestation deck is my OG deck, because it says so much in so few words. But it's all about that passion of that Ace of Wands, and really bringing that to the forefront when you have your real desires and manifestations you want to have come to fruition. I love this. I love it. This is the beautiful, bright kind of orange going into the darker of between the second and the root chakra, which is the passion and the stability and the determination and security that we can provide for ourselves. And it says, when I'm in a state of appreciation, I'm in vibrational alignment with the true love nature. So there we go, back to love connections. And I love that, because not all of these are about love. But it is for you right now. And it's a real important love. And it's going to teach you a lot, and that's what relationships do. And you will as well. You'll teach each other, and I just wish you the best in your endeavors, and, you know, to just really embrace all of that and just take it and just love it for everything it is. So thank you again for your time. Take good care, and until next time, bye for now.